Hello everybody. This will just be me going over live of using the footprint charts and just kind of how to use them. I'll also be going into like the US Open and just kind of trading based off of that. But overall this video is kind of going over how to use footprint charts and just kind of how to approach them on different time frames and whatnot. This video will be specific to Exocharts, so feel free to give a thumbs up and subscribe, especially if you learn something new during this stream. At the moment, just bear with me for a little bit. I'm kind of waiting on a few people to kind of join live. I really want you guys to be asking questions live on stream, so feel free to really don't be shy and to really pop into the chat, as that will be very useful to the content of this stream, and it's really just helping out other people in this stream as well. So yeah, anyways, just opening up Exocharts. My go-to time frame for using order flow and footprint charts is the 15-minute. So this is up here on the toolbar as shown, and you can change the time frame just over here. The typical time frames that I use is the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, 5-minute, and then sometimes 3-minute. I don't really want you guys to overthink this. Just stick to the 15-minute for now. So on the bottom of my screen here is the footprint bar stats. The first column right here is the CVD, or cumulative volume delta. Second is this volume. I want you guys to think of volume as the strength of the trend, or what's kind of going on. And then of course we got delta on the bottom here, which kind of shows you which way the direction is kind of going, or the trend direction. Really the stronger, the higher the delta and volume with that, really the stronger the trend. So whenever delta is negative, that really means shorts or bears are kind of in control for the time being. And whenever the delta is kind of positive, you can think of it as bulls or buying powers in control. People are longing. So that's kind of what I want you guys to think of it. Really, volume is just a trend, strength of the trend. More volume you have, Exocharts does a very good job of highlighting this. So my delta clusters in the footprint bar statistics will turn this like dark gray color, and really just the more volume there is, the more it will just kind of highlight it. Again, I want you guys to think of volume as strength of the move, or strength of the market. And whenever you have kind of dying volume, it typically means like dying of a trend, but it's not always like that. So another thing I like to do going along with footprint bar stats is looking at open interest, or OI. You can toggle this on and off by going to OI on the top of the bar, same as toggling on and off the footprint bar stats, FBBS on the top right here. This will just kind of toggle it on and off. And then of course you guys can go to like the gear icon in the footprint bar stats and just kind of edit the CVD, volume, and delta if you want. Or you guys can add rows and just kind of import how you want. But really I like to keep it simple with CVD, volume, and delta. It's all you really need. I know a few people who do CV or delta percentage, I believe, where it's just how much delta is changing. So that might be useful for you guys too. However, I like to kind of keep things simple and only really stick to 3 things, and really it'll just do wonders in the end. This template is the order flow, so feel free to join the Discord and the link in the description, and just kind of be patient as you'll be added to the channel that has all the templates like so. Again, like and subscribe if you guys learned something new from this video, and don't be shy to ask questions during this. right now I'm just going to be kind of going over it, and then I really want to see questions in the end. This will be probably a 2-hour stream roughly. I don't really have a whole lot of time today, but I'll do my best to make do with what I got. So at the moment right now, you can see this large candle. Again, I'm on the Delta clusters, so a lot of sells or shorts coming in on the left-hand side right here. These are imbalances, so I believe my imbalances is whenever there is 250% more shorts than buys on the previous price range. It will just kind of highlight that. And typically a good rule of thumb is that you want to see multiple imbalances kind of stacked here. And again, you can look at the footprint bar, and here we can see negative 5.5, kind of changing at the moment, 5.3 million delta. So a whole lot of shorts coming in. And again, 14 million volume. So the strength of this move is, I'd say, pretty strong right now. However, it kind of looks like we're kind of holding at the VWAP at the moment. But however, you can see that open interest is increasing. I want you guys to think of open interest as market participation, or just attendance of the market, how many people are actually coming in and deciding to open up a trade in the market. And remember, for really each market participant, there needs to be a buyer and seller. So at the moment, you can see a whole lot of longs closing. If you go to NL right here, you can see over time longs have been closing. And right here, over time, you can see that shorts have been opening like so, and open interest is increasing. So typically when you see a lot of people get stopped out or kind of closing out of longs, you'll typically see a lot of longs closing, not a whole lot of shorts opening, but however, open interest will be decreasing. Right now we're kind of dumping down towards the daily open, just kind of going down even more. Market open interest is opening. Wow, huge decrease in open interest. Looks like just a lot of longs getting stopped out at that daily point of control. You can see huge decrease in open interest. Wow, that's amazing. And nevertheless, I would not take a long right here due to the fact that there is a ton of volume coming in and a ton of delta, meaning the strength to the downside is very strong at the moment. Another good rule of thumb is just that you can kind of look around at different time frames. I highly encourage you guys to kind of do this and kind of work your way down. Yes, we're kind of dropping right now, but I'll try to do my best to quickly go over this. So I typically like to start off with the weekly. You guys don't have to do this every single day. You kind of start with the daily and go down. Nevertheless, I'll just explain what I'm doing right now. So things I like to look at is on my footprint bar stats is there a lot of volume? At the moment today, not a lot of volume, only 5 billion volume. Is there a lot of delta, or what is delta doing? And on the very bottom here, negative 43 million delta. So typically somewhat of a neutral day to say. And then of course CVD, you don't really have to worry about CVD on such a high time frame like this. Really don't really have to start worrying about CVD until like the 30-minute time frame and down, or for advanced users, I guess like the 4-hour and down. But as a beginner, don't really worry about it. So I'll drop down to the daily, and here I'm just kind of, I guess you can say I'm like closing in on the market and looking at price in a magnifying glass, kind of more, kind of zooming in onto market price. So what do I see on my footprint bar is previous yesterday. A good amount of volume and a ton of delta, a lot of negative delta. Again, I like to relate this to open interest, so I'll kind of zoom out a little bit, and here you can see open interest slightly increasing over time as price is kind of dipping down. So I guess that is somewhat bearish in a way. Here you can see a whole bunch of net longs closing, and of course shorts are kind of coming in. However, open interest is decreasing, so it's not that strong of a move. Next thing I like to do is drop down to the 4-hour, and this will just kind of give me a bias of the day of what's really going on with the market. Here you can see a large decrease in open interest. Footprint bar, decreasing volume. We had 552 million volume, 608 million volume, 285, 109, 93, 158. So generally, you can see the volume is kind of going down, along with a decrease in delta, like so. Very bottom of the chart here. Just take note of that. And so right at the moment, we have very low volume and very low open interest. I like to think as we are dropping down, open interest was decreasing. So that can say is slightly bullish on the 1 hour. So I'll just kind of keep a mental note of that. Here, I drop down to the 1 hour time frame, and again, I'm zooming in on price and kind of seeing what's going on. Most can say this is like a top-down analysis sort of deal. So what do I see? Decrease in price, decrease in open interest coming down. What do I see on the footprint bar stats? Again, decreasing volume, the middle row here, or column, whatever. Decreasing volume over time. Right now, it's kind of increasing as we're kind of dumping down here. Nevertheless, you can see that delta is decreasing too, generally. However, delta still remains somewhat bearish. Again, open interest decreasing as price was kind of increasing and kind of dumping down. So I'd say this is slightly bullish in a way. However, as we are dropping down here, you can see that open interest is increasing, but I wouldn't really get too serious about that. Next, I'll drop down to the 15 minute. 15 minute is kind of like my best friend, kind of go to on order flow. Here, I'll just take a note of it again. Again, a decrease in open interest as prices coming down, slightly bullish. However, as we're dropping down here, you can see that open interest is increasing. Good amount of volume coming in, good amount of delta coming in on the footprint bar stats. Next thing I like to do, since we are on the 15 minute, is I'll open up D bars. What D bars is cumulative volume delta. So again, it's just mapping out these values on the top of the footprint bar, the CVD. We're just mapping that out. And the main thing we're looking at with CVD is we're looking for hidden divergences, bullish or bearish. And so you typically want to see price and CVD doing the opposite. So typically you want to see price making higher highs as CVD is decreasing for a bullish scenario. And then of course you want to see delta or CVD making kind of all-time highs as price is making kind of all-time lows or lower lows, to say, for a bearish scenario. So again, this is kind of absorption in a nutshell. It's really whenever there is a large limit, as most of these are market orders kind of coming in to the market. Again, Delta clusters only predicts market orders and not limit orders. So CVD is a good way of just kind of identifying if there's a large limit order there, just kind of, I guess, absorbing longs or shorts as they come in, and then price kind of decreases and goes in the opposite direction. The other thing you want to look for too is that you want to see generally a good amount of shorts coming in, as we are having a hidden divergence or hidden bullish divergence, as price isn't really moving, but however CVD is making kind of all-time lows. So you get a good chance that there is a large limit order there, or a large player trying to get into the market. Again, they're absorbing all the liquidity, they're eating up liquidity. Typically large players enter in slowly at the time. I just got stopped out of my Bitcoin long. They like to enter slowly. Reason why is that they don't market order is usually the order books are too thin for them. Sometimes they'll get a bad entry as slippage occurs, large market fees, and really just isn't really convenient for them to market order. Oh, my throat. All right. So this move, I'd say, is pretty strong to the downside. Again, I usually don't trade too much, especially like the 10 minutes before a US Open. Right now we're just kind of bouncing off the daily value area low at the moment. Not really too significant. Just looking at the order flow, previous day low. Possibility that we come down here, but again, I wouldn't really enter short right now due to the fact that it is about 9 minutes before the US Open. Typically price just kind of has its own kind of mind about 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after the US Open. I think it's just a way of Wall Street just trapping a lot of shorts and longs. So just tricking people out of their money. Again, I want you guys to start thinking like, what is a way that the market will screw the majority of people over, the retail traders mainly? How can they lose money, and really what's the worst case scenario for them in a way? So that's kind of how I want you guys to think. So going back to TradingView at the moment, we did get a nice bounce off of this weekly open in a way, kind of got a bounce here. Not gonna lie, I was expecting us to kind of come up and still fill these single prints, but nevertheless, we didn't really do that. I did take partial profits as we did get up to here, move my stop loss to entry for a risk-free trade. So really, I just got in at a little bit of a gain. Didn't really lose money, so that's a good thing. Keeping my risk kind of low. Right now at the moment, we're just kind of dropping down. If we go to the Exocharts on the 15-minute time frame, as I start to kind of like execute and plan out my trade that I want to get into, I'll tend to kind of look at a lower time frame and just kind of see what price is doing on a micro time frame. I'm just kind of going in and looking at price action with like a magnifying glass, just kind of being a price detective. So right at the moment, we're bouncing off that daily value area low. Again, I like to keep open interest on in the footprint bars. Very useful. So what do I see right now is kind of an increase in volume as we're dropping down. This means like the strength of the move is somewhat strong, but right now you can see some longs coming in. Doesn't really mean too much. I'll go to the 15-minute again. Typically, you want to see volume decreasing, showing a weakness in the trend of the move before typically a reversal. At a support or resistance, you want to see low volume or low negative or low delta, kind of neutral delta. And then as it's at that support or resistance, and then as it kind of like bounces off of that support resistance region, you want to see market kind of going in the opposite direction for a true reversal. I'll try to kind of show my best here. Let me actually kind of go over this example. Yeah, right here, as this kind of drop down. So I'll actually go to the 5-minute. Again, I don't really recommend looking at the 5-minute all the time, but nevertheless, probably a good example. So here you can see that as we broke through a support, I'm not really sure what support this was at the moment, but here you can see a large amount of volume coming in, a large amount of delta, a lot of shorts coming in, just opening up the you don't really have to look at net shorts or net longs too much, but again, you want to see what is happening with the open interest as we're coming down here. So right here, this might have been a stop loss hunt. So a lot of net longs got closed out, hit their stop losses. And again, you need a sell order at market order just to get out of the trade. So remember, you need a buyer for a seller and a seller for every buyer. Again, as we drop down here, you can see volume is kind of increasing, more negative delta coming in. Next candle, you see even more volume coming in. What is price doing? Dropping down. With this too, you can see is that OI, open interest, is increasing as well, meaning there are more shorts coming in, being interested in kind of shorting down the level. And so here you can see possibly some shorts taking profit here. And then nevertheless, another drop down, volume increasing, delta somewhat increasing. Here, volume greatly increasing, delta greatly increasing. However, a large decrease in OI, meaning people just getting stopped out. Who are getting stopped out? Open up your net longs, net shorts. And here you can see a bunch of longs getting stopped out, mainly out of that open interest. Remember, open interest is a participants of the market, how many traders are coming in and trading. So again, you're gonna see a decrease in volume. I actually did enter long here, unfortunately got stopped out. Reason, it was kind of more trickier, but I did see a crap load of delta and a lot of volume just kind of coming in. So I thought it was kind of reversal as we were bouncing off of support, but I was wrong. And delta or open interest started increasing, especially as those shorts started to kind of come in. And then of course we dropped down even more. A lot of people are getting stopped out from those longs. Here you can see if we open up the rect is just really showing you liquidations or people are getting stopped out. And typically when they're blue like this, or purple in this case, if you zoom in a little bit, here you can see just longs getting liquidated, and if they're blue, it'll be shorts getting liquidated. So as we're dropping down, you can see an increase in OI. Net longs, not too many, but a whole bunch of shorts coming in. More shorts coming in as OI is increasing, dropping down even more. Here you can see a kind of decrease in volume, and then you see that sudden increase in volume, meaning kind of more strength added to the trend. Decrease, more volume, dropping down, decrease, more volume coming in, a lot more delta, and then even more volume kind of coming in. Kind of got a relief rally, and then we're just kind of going back to today. So about a minute, we have the US Open at the moment. Again, we're bouncing off this daily Valley area low. I'm not sure if I would trade this, as there's a whole bunch of negative delta. Typically want to see a dying out of volume, but that's typical for the US Open. Whole lot of volume comes in, people putting in those orders. Here you can see we're kind of rejecting off of the VWAP. Whole bunch of stacked longs at the moment. To open up my net longs, net shorts. A good amount of shorts coming in. Again, I wouldn't really short right now. Reason being, whole bunch of delta right now. Volume kind of dying out, but we'll see how it goes. Usually, again, US Open is hectic. The first like 5-10 minutes. Can't really determine what price is really doing, but again, you just kind of sit back and kind of observe. I'll go back to the 5-minute, and here we're seeing we're rejecting off of that VWAP as the US bell is kind of ringing. So we're just kind of spectating it. Price is dropping down. OI increasing? Question mark. Okay, shorts are coming in. More shorts are coming in. Here you can see the stacked imbalances. More shorts coming in. Dropping down even more. More shorts. Not shorts, more. Again, I'm sitting on my hands right now. We'll see. Trading view, I just mark out my levels. and then I kind of execute on Exocharts. I don't really look at the order book too much. As a beginner, I turn this off right here. You can do that by going to the CPR and just on the left hand side right here, clicking it on and off. But let me take some water. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. I've noticed whenever I have these long streams, I usually tend to kind of lose my voice throughout the day, so I can't really talk too much. But, let's see. Yeah, could be a possibility we get a CME gap fill. I believe it's like down here. But again, this weekly has been tapped already. So, again, just looking at the market, shorts are coming in as that OI is increasing. Here you can see the delta on the footprint bar. So, very interesting. Again, the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes of the New York session, US Open, is hectic. Just kind of need price to stabilize. But we'll get in a trade hopefully today. Surprised there's not more people in the chat right now. We'll see how many people are actually watching. Okay, 3 people are watching too. Okay, whatever. Here we go. A lot of volume coming in. Negative delta. Mainly strength of move, I'd say, is pretty strong to the downside. Open interest increasing. A lot of shorts kind of coming in. Again, on TradingView, the 24-minute time frame is just kind of my execute time frame. We'll see if we actually get a good amount of people coming in. Not really sure for today, but nevertheless. We are rejecting off of this VWAP nicely. I don't get why this CME gap finder is not really working for me anymore. Pain on the butt. But yeah. Right now, kind of more shorts coming in. Longs aren't really closing. Right now, we're just kind of hovering around the daily open. Again, as a general rule of thumb, that what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, price likes to stay within the previous day value area, kind of. It doesn't really like to go out of it too often. Yes, there are times where price does go out of it, but as a general rule of thumb, price likes to stay conservative. Doesn't really change. So does increase in open interest mean strong continue and decrease means chance of reversal? Typically, yes. You can think of it as market participants. Really, you'll see a large decrease in OI when there are short squeezes and long squeezes. So if you see like price pumping up, but OI is dropping down, that is a good chance that is a short squeeze, as it is just a large player kind of stopping out people. The reason why price is pumping is because people's stop losses are getting attacked, and again, they're just opening up long orders, kind of closing out their positions, so which causes OI to decrease even farther. So it's kind of a weak move up, but you can think of it as like chain reaction of explosions going off to the Call of Duty players out there. But here, this looks pretty good for a short, I'd say. A lot of shorts coming in. Typically, you don't want to see, again, those hidden divergences. Just keep those in mind. Feel free to check out my other videos too in the playlist. They'll be of use to you. I'll continue to add them over time. I'm just working on really teaching and knowing are two different things. So just trying to think of like common questions and then kind of answering them in the video, so people don't have confusion. But let me go to live chat. But hopefully that answers your question. Again, I like to trade once the market kind of stabilizes. I'm not really entering any positions right now. But we're seeing a good rejection off the VWAP in daily open at the moment. Open up Discord. Right now we're just kind of waiting. Okay, let that run in the background. Shorts coming in, longs coming in, OI increasing. Again, this is on the 5-minute time frame. OI is increasing as we're dropping down. Strength to the downside. Same as the 1 hour. Wow, long stepping up. Again, this is why I don't really trade like the first 10 minutes of the daily or the US Open. It's mainly just a stop loss hunt and just trapping traders. But you could say possibly some trap longs right here. Yeah, trap longs coming in. If we close above this with stacked short orders, we'll trap these longs. Generally, you want to be looking for trap longs as, again, they can either get liquidated, which will essentially just be closing out their positions, dropping down price even further, or they can just close their positions where they're at right now and take the loss. And again, they'll just dump down price even further. Likewise for trap shorts, it'll just kind of do the opposite scenario where it kind of pumps price if they get liquidated or decide to close out of their position. But again, it's kind of too early to call. I don't really like trading at the beginning of the US Open. Bitcoin, that is. Stocks, it might be a little bit different. But I'm not a total stock expert, but here we go, we're pumping. OI decreasing. Can see that? Short's getting stopped out, OI decreasing. OI kind of staying the same. So there's a lot of shorts in there. Kind of stinks because I got just stopped out right at to the dollar, and then of course price reverses. See how it does that? It looks for liquidity. Mr. Market likes liquidity. It's like food. It's food. Feed the Mr. Market. But I'd say this is a stop loss hunt right at the moment. But OI is not really decreasing too much, so. CBD D bars. Again, not really any absorption going on. Or the previous day value area low. But we'll see. 80% setup is going on. Excuse me for burping right now. 80% setup possible. You get 2 30-minute candle closes within this previous day value area low. But again, I don't really totally trade like that, so I'll just kind of mark that out on my chart. So at around 30,182. Let me jot that down. Uh, 30,182. All right, so you want to see 2 candle closes above this, and then we'll come up. There's a good chance we come up to 32K again. Again, typically take profit would be this previous day point of control. That will be kind of the resistance. So 31,500. So this July Valley area low. Again, this was a large support and resistance flip. You can see resistance finally flipped into support for quite some time, and then finally we broke below this, got a large drop down. I'll go back to and look at the footprint charts, kind of see what's going on. Let me turn off my... But so far, hopefully this video is of use to you, this live stream. Unfortunately, I can't really do too many US Open live streams. This is kind of a rare exception. But holy schmoly, large increase. I believe this was just a stop loss hunt as we came up to the previous day valley area low. Let me actually drop down to the 5-minute, take a closer look at this. You can see shorts coming in. Beautiful. You can take a scalp short here if you want. Stop loss above here. Again, I'd be quick. This is a scalp. You can probably take profits at the VWAP. Longs are kind of closing. Shorts are kind of closing right now. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to like share this with your friends too. Really, I'm kind of taking a lot of paid gurus off right now. I'm kind of getting some hate based off of that. Just some unnecessary drama. Kind of takes out the motivation to really do this sometimes, but seeing some good comments from you guys, learning from me, it puts a smile to my face nevertheless. It makes me kind of motivated to kind of keep on doing it, but right now, what am I seeing? Trapped longs up here. That's what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, these red kind of stripes within my delta clusters is the point of control. You guys can also turn on the value area high and value area low of the candles just by going to VA on the left hand side. It'll just kind of highlight it. I like to keep it on because it really focuses on the 70% of the volume traded within that candle, so it's very useful. That's why I love order flow. The UK market is closed today plus tomorrow. I wasn't sure if it would have any. Yeah, might see a decrease in volume. Yeah, man. Thank you, Mr. Kong. But yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Again, just kind of keep track of which markets, holidays and whatnot. But again, if anything, the UK market would have just affected like this morning price. I think this morning was somewhat low volume. If we look at our footprint bar, let me drop down to the 50-minute. Yeah, actually, what would be more useful is that we have a template for that. So again, not much volume. So you're right, yeah. Not much volume in the London session. Price relatively stayed the same, as you can see. Anyways, we'll go back to our favorite order flow. Thank you, will do. Yeah, nothing much going on right now. I do expect this to kind of pick up. About 9 o'clock gets interesting. The money starts rolling. It's like people, I don't know. It's like people going to their bosses and submitting orders or something. I don't know. But wild candle. Again, it's just mainly a stop loss hunt, what this was, in a way. So strength to the upside, one can say, on based just off of since 8 o'clock, so about the past hour or so. As you can see, OI increasing as price is increasing. A lot of volume, good amount of delta, positive delta. Again, you can just kind of magnify it even more, dropping down to a smaller time frame. Here you can see locally that we did get a decrease in volume. Here you can see at a support level. I wasn't really sure what support that was, but whatever. Typically, this is what you want to see for a trend reversal. And then, of course, as price is increasing, what do you see? Increase in volume or delta coming in. Next thing, this isn't really a good sign, but nevertheless, you can see that delta is kind of increasing. And then here, a lot of increase in delta and good amount of volume. But however, we're just kind of reversing off of that previous day valley area. Again, this is kind of a scalp. That I said to do about 10 minutes ago. Take profit is always kind of the VWAP. VWAP is good kind of scalp take profits. It's a common support and resistance flip. As you can see, just kind of zooming out on the 5 minute. Price likes to hover around the VWAP kind of, and here you can see support in a way, support. Finally we broke through that. Resistance a little bit, kind of back tested as support, come out. Now we might come down again to it at the VWAP at around 29,840. But right now we're just kind of at the day valley area high. Again, it gets kind of hectic. Again, with the UK market closed, maybe this will affect it a little bit. But usually it does get a little bit more hectic, especially on the weekends or whatnot. But yeah, we're kind of coming down. Net longs aren't really opening or closing. Kind of neutral. Some shorts coming in. OI somewhat increasing as we're dropping down. However, we're thing to keep on note right now is that we're on low volume. Again, it's hectic. Like the first 15 minutes before and after the US session, so I'm just kind of waiting for price to stabilize again. So yeah, we're just kind of chilling. Again, the trading is really all about patience. Another question I got asked a lot is that whenever I zoom in and out of the net longs, you can see the values kind of change. I don't really want you guys to think too much about the values. I just want you to generally see, like, is there an increase or is there a decrease? So I don't really want you guys to overthink the values too much as a beginner. They're not really as important. You just want to see generally the trend of net longs and net shorts. But that is definitely a question I get asked a lot. So again, if you took that scalp right now, wouldn't be a bad time to lock in those profits as we are approaching the VWAP. Hi, Connor. Here you can see people closing out. OI kind of decreasing. Nothing too dramatic. Very nice, coming back to the daily open. Net longs closing out, net shorts closing out, OI decreasing. Right now might be start to get a little bit interesting. Again, 9 o'clock and we'll see what we can paper trade. Just going back to my trading view. Rejection off the previous day value area low. Breaking through that VWAP. A lot of longs getting stocked out. See what do you mean? See what I mean with like the U.S. Open? It's mainly just a stop loss hunt. Here you can see on this move up, it was mainly just shorts getting closed out, and then of course we reverse and kind of stop out all those longs who longed right here. So really, did price really move during that whole thing? Not really. And again, this is price action of like the past 4 to 5 minutes. Again, you can probably take these scalps on like the 3 to 1 minute, but when do you want to be looking at delta and volume? Just like overall, just doing like top-down analysis pretty much, as I kind of mentioned earlier. Start off with the daily, see what's going on, and then really you can just like check it once for the day, and then just drop down to the 4 hour, see what's going on in the 4 hour. Again, decrease in OI as price is coming down, and then again on the footprint bar, generally a lot of negative delta here, good amount of volume right here when they're gray, so you definitely don't want to be looking for a long. You can think of this on Market Cipher as red dot money flow decreasing, drop down to the 1 hour. Again, I put a star at the 4 hour, 1 hour, I guess you can do 30 minute too, 15 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute. There are no custom time frames at the moment. I think there is on the desktop, but I haven't really looked at the desktop too much. So I dropped down to the 1 hour, and again, I see increase in OI as price is coming down. That's very bearish. And along with this, on the footprint bar, on the volume, see a lot of volume and negative delta. So again, red dot, money flow decrease, money is coming out. And then here you can see a dying of volume, kind of neutral of delta, you'd say, as price is kind of increasing. OI is decreasing on this move up, so this is slightly bearish. As we're dropping down right here, you can see OI increasing as we're getting a good amount of volume and negative delta, so this is bearish too. Drop down to the half hour time frame. Here you can see the past 2 candles that we got a large increase in OI, and then kind of shortly decrease as we got this large move up. So this in itself is somewhat bearish. Kind of hard to tell with these wicks. Again, it's kind of similar to like weekend PA. 15 minute, what do we see? Drop down, come up, rejection down, the stop loss hunt as we get a OI increase. Again, this is bullish, I'd say, but then we drop down, OI decreases, so this trend is kind of weakening as we are dropping down. Could be a possibility that we come around to the daily POC. This is kind of like the fair value, and then we'll kind of reacting accordingly based off of that. Right now, right now is about a time I'll be actually start to be looking for a day trade or possibly scalp trade. Again, I treat all my swing trades and day trades as I lock in profits like a scalp trade. So right now we're getting move up from that daily POC. Actually drop down to the 3 minute. See what's going on here. Short liquidations. OI decreasing as we're moving up. It's mainly a stop loss hunt. Okay, kind of too soon to really be looking for a really long-term kind of trend reversal. But I can say we bounced off of that daily open, low volume, and now I want to see for a true trend reversal. I want to see good positive delta coming in with volume kind of backing it as like strength. Again, we're just kind of being patient at the moment right now. Feel free to keep the questions kind of coming in. I'll be streaming for like another 45 minutes. But yeah, please pump up the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. It puts a smile to my face. Sorry for the squeaky chair. It's kind of the gunslinger special. Alright, so I want to see, for this to be a true uptrend, I want to see OI increasing. I want to see some delta coming in, meaning longs coming in. I want to see good volume. Again, there could be a possibility that we are pumping off the daily open, but right now it's just kind of too soon to call. Bitfinex. Bitfinex isn't really on Exo. Alright, so we're kind of rejecting off the daily value area high at the moment. Bouncing off the VWAP. Alright, so kind of retesting this as support possibly. Yeah, I'll probably start checking that out more. Be nice if they integrated it into the Exo. I'll probably start downloading the desktop version. My computer is a dinosaur, so we'll see how it reacts to that, but what do I see? Shorts coming in. Yep. However, we're holding this VWAP. I'm getting my fingers ready for a trade. Oh my goodness. So these are longs closing. That's why you see the stacked imbalances here. You can see drop down in longs. Are probably getting stopped out since OI was decreasing there. Okay, might be dropping down. Okay, let me drop down. Rejected off of that 0.5 fib. So right here. I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. Right now, locally, we're in a downtrend. Yeah, dinosaur. Still in a downtrend. I want to see volume backing this up. Looks like OI is slightly increasing, so a little bit more shorts compared to longs coming in. Just be patient, guys. Let me turn on the E6 here. Oh, my throat. Okay, so you can kind of see delta is decreasing here. I think there's a lot of shorts that came in here, as you can see. Longs closed. At the current candle, you can see longs or shorts coming in, sorry, as OI is increasing, bearish. Longs aren't really coming in. Can argue that we are in somewhat of a downtrend. I know we're kind of running out of time to really see what's going on here. Busting through that daily point of control. A lot of trading around here. Longs are closing out. Shorts are closing out. My overall bias at the moment is bearish. As price increases. I don't really see too many. God, I don't like seeing this open interest kind of doing this, but this might be. Jerk it off that local golden pocket. Negative. Just kind of waiting right now. All right, so I'll probably take a long here. Stop loss way below here. At least to these single prints will be the first take profit, kind of. Again, this means a lower position size since our stop loss is kind of big. Yeah, shorts are closing. Reason for this is I'm seeing, I guess generally now as we are kind of in an uptrend, you can see higher low established here. It's kind of more risky, but generally within this kind of uptrend, we see more delta. Watch, someone will probably counter trade me. Alright, there's some shorts coming in right there. Oh, this is a tricky one. I don't really see any absorption going on. But yeah, zooming out on the 5-minute, open interest increasing, price increasing generally. Then as we were dropping down, price or OI was decreasing. Now as we're kind of pumping up, OI is increasing. Kind of took along at somewhat resistance, but that's why we have a little bit more wiggle room with this stop loss. May come back and retest that daily point of control. Watch, someone's like counter trading me right now. Big whale watching or something. So far, I don't really see too many red flags. Again, OI is decreasing as price is coming down. At the daily point of control, VWAP kind of. This might actually be a tough day to trade because of the UK markets. But again, we're going today, man. We might get this like sideways action for a while. You can see just freaking yeah. OI is decreasing though. I hope people aren't like using 50x leverage on this. Or 100x, whatever. This might be a day where it's just stop loss hunt. Generally, you want to trade on days that are good volume, so I guess UK and US holidays. But as you can see, a lot of long or short liquidations right here. Longs are getting liquidated right here. As this happening, I bet price will increase. So far, it's just been wick, a lot of wicks. I like to see more bodied candles. As you can see, these are just mainly just wick candles. So looks like this short's closing out. Jesus. Yeah, not really a good day for trading. All these are just stop loss hunts. Yeah, so far today has been just kind of low volume. You can see when the weekends are here, really just 500 million volume, and then you can see during the weekdays we get over at least 1.5 billion of volume. So this might be a chop. Yeah, I didn't realize my watermark was right in front of my face. I'll have to fix that. Slowly learning more about the YouTubes. But yeah, this is wonky. Generally, the reason being is that there's just more volume, so just more people coming in to the market, and generally there's like a good trend, market trend. But yeah, this is definitely a stop loss hunt. Yeah, fuck. Shorts are coming in. Oh. God damn it. But nevertheless, yeah, this is just a stop loss hunt. Shorts getting liquidated, longs getting liquidated. generally you don't really see that too many times. Just going back on like the 5-minute. I guess like in a steady downtrend, you'll see longs getting liquidated, yeah. But you can see like yesterday, minimal liquidations. Here it was very nice. You could see like the trend starting, so more volume coming in, delta coming in, or negative delta, OI increasing, so very clear downtrend. Of course, it was a non-holiday day. May 31st. It's kind of hard to see because I can't really know where support was, but I think this was a swing failure pattern up here. Again, some trap longs that came in, getting stopped out. Then of course we got a retest, even more shorts kind of coming in here. Then we kind of make our way down. Over time you see volume increasing, delta decreasing, more and more. Then here you can see kind of people taking profits, longs getting liquidated. And then we kind of come up a little bit, and then just kind of retest, and then lastly we just kind of come down for a while. So yeah. But this will definitely be a day of stop loss hunting then. Fuck, I didn't know it would affect it that much. So yeah, I'll have about like 15 more minutes of streaming, then I'll probably get off. Holy cow. I guess we can still say we're in kind of a uptrend. Just looking at market structure. And again, you can turn on off the liquidations by turning on rect. And you can change the rect settings in I believe TPO settings. Let's see here. I know I was monkeying with it before. So in marker settings, you can change like the values you see right here on the chart. I typically just keep on the developing day, like so, mark them orange. And then the previous day, that's really the only two I do on order flow, that is. And then CPL, this is like the volume. I keep that off because that's why I use TradingView for. And then CPR, again, just the order book. But yeah. So again, this is slightly bullish. Just looking at OI and price. Again, if VWAP, the yellow VWAP here, ever like goes weird, that's a common glitch on the website, and just really just refresh your page. It's one of the very common glitches that happen. Do you use TPO charts for personally anything else besides buying/selling tails in single prints? So this chart right here is really the only one that I use for looking at sort of single prints and buying tails and selling tails. And then of course I use this, merging sessions to actually look at sessions, naked sessions. So you can see we have a naked session point of control up here. I'll just mark out those like so anything like extended. And again, I only look at them really newer price history, so I don't look at anything that's over a week old, really, as a general rule of thumb. And then of course I'll merge like sessions together that kind of look the same. So I'll just merge these two together, and here you can see like the general point of control, or the general I can't do the current session, I guess. The general fair value of Bitcoin is around 29,700. Just going based off of these two sessions together. So really, once you think about it, there's not much to sessions in general. Pretty straightforward, I'd say. But yeah, if this is the case, like similar price action, I probably won't be trading tomorrow because it's going to be the same stop loss hunt, which is really annoying, but it's good to take breaks from trading. I guess it's kind of hard if you're like a full-time person in a job, but a little at a time, I'd say. I guess my biggest thing would be to set alerts and just kind of not really look at the charts, and then really if prices come into a support resistance, your alert will go off. Maybe you'll have time to look at the order flow. Or what you can do is kind of dedicate hour before work and an hour after work of kind of looking at the charts and kind of dedicating to kind of scalp trading. Make sure you're doing it on a non-holiday, non-weekend, when you're actually dedicating to scalping. You'll have a lot more success to it and a higher win rate. But yeah. Well, hopefully you guys got good value out of it. Again, I'll keep on doing live streams. Not too many times that I can really do it during a US Open like this, unfortunately. Wish I could really do more, but again, feel free to check out my other playlists. Just advanced trading as well. I think you guys will find that of good use too. That you're just mainly just looking at TA and just kind of trading based off of that. Just more levels to look at in your tool belt, more support and resistance that you can add to like extra confluence to your trading. It will kind of take a while to get kind of used to and practice. That's why the videos are kind of short, it's really just a lot more applied. People are kind of doing it. That's why I kind of kept it short. But otherwise, check out the Exocharts playlist, and yeah, just keep on learning and keep on trading. Practice good risk management. Don't revenge trade. Simple as that sounds. It's tough in theory, practicing. It's a whole new level to trading. I think that's where like the traders are born. But you guys are trading during a brutal kind of bear market, and I believe like the people who stick around and trade during the brutal bear market and survive really are like setting up themselves for long-term success really. But yeah, I don't really look at market cipher too much anymore, really. I guess I'll just look at it like on the large time frames. So right now we're getting a large kind of anchor wave possibly on the weekly. So maybe a market bottom possibly. And then I'll just look at and see what the monthly is doing. Monthly momentum coming down, money flow coming down. Really just the general basics. But other than that, I don't really use it for scalping much anymore. Unfortunately. I like order flow a lot more. So oh really? Yeah, I don't really keep up with the news too much. I like to think of myself that I live underneath a rock, which kind of helps out with my happiness in a way. But yeah, I can only imagine like other things too, especially with the EU and the UK. But yeah, I'll stay on this long. Probably get stopped out or something. I don't know. Possible swing failure pattern on this high. I don't know. Again, it just not much volume, so kind of hard to trade. Well, hopefully this was good value to you guys. I'll see you guys later.